stop what you're doing right now because I'm about to share 3 strategies that can 10x your career or your business. And it all boils down to the facts, to the truth that we've been talking about. And that is that your best investment is in you. Today, I'm going to share the exact strategies that help my friend Sarah, a project manager, jump up in her corporate career and helped my friend Maria scale her consulting business so that you can see that no matter the industry, no matter what you're 10xing or growing, you can apply these ideas. And it doesn't mean you're going to be working 8 hours a week, no office politics, just these 3 strategies that compound and grow. Let's dive in to the first strategy. Be a lifelong learner. If you think about learning like compound interest for your brain, then every new thing you learn connects with what you already know, creating bigger opportunities that you couldn't see before. The most successful people aren't necessarily the smartest. They're the ones who never stop learning and adapting. The world changes, technology changes, the internet comes into the world, AI comes into the world, things are constantly changing. And to stay relevant and ahead and add value, we have to take on and adopt this idea of being a lifelong. For my friend Sarah, who is a project manager and has a corporate career, she was kind of stuck in this middle management role, handling IT projects when she realized something crucial. She was learning, but not strategically. So she was learning certain things, but not things that could grow her knowledge base and grow her career. So she took a step back and we worked together and we looked at, okay, what are your current skills? What is it you want to do? And what are those skills? And then what's in the gap? So you could call it like a learning map where you're aligning the skills you currently have with what you don't have, but you need. And then you learn those things. In this case, it became a focus on emerging technologies and how that applied to the role of project management. And specifically during this mapping process, she figured out that AI is now playing a big part in project implementation. And so she thought, I'm interested in that. And she started to develop expertise in using AI as it relates to project. And how she started this kind of learning process was by following thought leaders on LinkedIn and on the internet, by creating resources, whether they're books, podcasts. All of these ways are free ways to learn. In this learning process, this idea of being a lifelong learner, it's not a one and done type thing. So it's not just consuming, although reading, podcasts, all those things are a part of it. The way you truly learn something is by teaching someone. So once you collect these concepts that you want to learn, go teach someone, whether pull friends together, just tell a colleague, however it is. When you're explaining a new concept or teaching someone, your learning is getting. What this resulted for her was she actually rose several levels in the corporation and led the whole AI transformation in her department. Ultimately, all of this not only kept her focused learning, strategic learning, which can grow your career, elevate you, climb the ladder, but also you get promotions and bonuses. My friend Maria, who has a consulting business, she applied this lifelong learner concept as well. And she dug in and studied emerging business trends for business consultants, and she mastered these new consulting methodologies. And out of these new methodologies, she created her own unique frameworks that could really help her customers see their problems and get solutions to them much faster. As you can see, through this consistent strategic focus learning, both Sarah and Maria were able to not only grow their career and their business, but add more value. Being a lifelong learner isn't just about education and the learning of it. It's about turning that knowledge into results by the actions you take, by acting on it. Let's dive into strategy number 2, which is add new skills that matter. So, strategy number 1, you're learning, you're identifying skills. Now start to add them to your toolbox. So, adding new skills isn't just like random certifications. Here's what makes this different than lifelong learning. Lifelong learning, you see where you are, you see what you want to go, you see the gap, and you learn stuff. In adding new skills that matter, in adding new skills that matter is that you're going to look at the skill set that you want or that you have, and you're going to pick strategically several that in combination solve very big problems for either your business or your clients. Think of it like creating your own special recipe, because when you combine the right ingredients in a way that nobody else does, you become the only person who can serve up that particular solution, making you invaluable, whether you're climbing the corporate ladder or growing your own business. So, this adding new skills that matter are about taking key skills and combining them to create the secret sauce, shall we say. In Sarah's example, how she looked at it was her core skill was project management. She saw other skills that, if she added them, could really come together and make her very powerful. She looked at data analytics, the ability to take big amounts of data and turn it into a story or a solution. She looked at AI implementation, like we talked about, and she looked at change management because that's so important in basically every job. So, this unique combination that she created really led her to be the AI transformation leader in her company. And again, how you do this is pretty simple. You map your current abilities like we did in the learning. You map the future needs and what you want to do, and those are the gaps. That's where you're going to be take this lifelong learner aspect. And this is where you're going to start to develop skills that in combination make you 10x your career or your business. How Maria applied the strategy was her core strategy is business strategy. That's what her business is about. She helps small businesses with their marketing and their lead generation and all of those things. So she added executive coaching to her repertoire. As marketing her own business, she became somewhat of a digital marketing expert. And so now she has her business strategy, her core competency, adding digital marketing and executive coaching. She now has this unique evolution of kind of a more well-rounded business expert. As you can tell by strategically stacking complementary skills, Sarah went from a regular project manager to an AI transformation leader, and Maria transformed her small consulting practice to enable her to charge premium rates because she's solving unique problems for her clients. This proves that when you thoughtfully build your skills, you're not just becoming more qualified, you're creating a value proposition that the market will pay top dollar for. This reminds me of the book by Cal Newport, and I've talked about this book before. I absolutely love it. So good they can't ignore you. This book talks all about how you become valuable by learning and by strategically picking your skills that ultimately they can't ignore you. So this is a great book. The last strategy is they're all kind of the same, but they're different. And the last strategy is very specifically always add value. And the best way to do this is to solve problems. The most powerful way to invest in yourself to 10x your growth is learning to spot, solve, and systemize solutions to problems, because that's what makes you truly valuable in a market. And again, Cal Newport's book is all about that. When you invest time in developing your problem solving skills and building a track record of solutions, you're not just fixing issues, you're building a reputation as someone who delivers measurable results that others are willing to pay a premium price for. Our friend Sarah did this is she identified department pain points. She created these solution frameworks. She built cross-functional teams and then measured the results and shared them. One example was she saw that project delays were costing millions of dollars. So she created an AI powered project tracker. And this resulted in 40% reduction in delays, saving the company $2 million annually. Very specific way that she saw a problem, she solved for it, and it saved the company money. And for Maria in her business, she had identified some industry challenges and she developed a unique solution, like we talked about, with her combination of skills. And she created case studies and built these repeatable systems that solve for the problem. She tripled her client retention. She increased the average cost of her projects. When you become a problem solver, you transform from someone who does the work into someone who improves how work is done. And both Sarah and Maria prove this by turning their problem solving expertise into significant career and business growth. Because the truth is, clients and companies, they don't just pay for services anymore. They pay premium prices for solutions. Okay, friends, there you have it. These three simple strategies, being a strategic lifelong learner, adding new skills that matter, and always add value. They work in any industry, any geographical location, because they focus on what truly matters. Making yourself more valuable in the marketplace, whether you're climbing the corporate ladder like Sarah or building a business like Maria. Investing in yourself in these ways will give you compound returns that no one can take away from you. If you want to get started today, I'll give you 5 really quick, easy ways. 1, find and follow one industry expert. 2, start learning one valuable new. List 3 big problems in your workplace or with that your clients have. 4, create one solution that you can test over the next 30 days. And then after the 30 days, see how the tests work and evolve it and create a new test. These small steps taken consistently lead to huge growth. Next video, we're going to dive into how to position yourself as an authority in your industry. Remember, success leaves clues. These strategies work because they're based on proven patterns, not theory. Drop mindset in the comments for your free money mindset assessment, and I'll see you in the next video. And remember, you have the power to change your financial future, and I'm here cheering you on every step of the way.